Spotted Wing Drosophila is a small vinegar fly native to Japan. It was first seen in the United States when it was noted in Hawaii in the 1980s. The fly reached the mainland in summer of 2008 when it was brought to Central California. During this first year, spotted wing caused an estimated $500 billion in damages, with some farmers recording crop losses of up to 80%. The fly quickly traveled across the rest of the country and is now widespread throughout the U.S. and has also been seen in parts of Europe. Australia and New Zealand have imposed quarantine restrictions on Washington state cherries, but as of yet, no other preventative measures are being taken to guard against further spread of this insect. Spotted wing was first seen in New York in the fall of 2011, but because the fly is relatively new to the Northeast, their damage has been difficult to quantify. However, since we are now aware of the threat that the fly poses, their populations are being monitored. Spotted wing is very similar to the fruit flies that we are all familiar with. However, these flies have a serrated ovipositor, allowing the females to lay eggs in underripe fruit, unlike other Drosophila species, which can only lay eggs in overripe or rotting fruit. Females can lay up to 16 eggs in one day and over 300 eggs in their lifetime, which can be up to 9 weeks long. Studies have shown that up to 13 generations of flies can be produced per year, and adults are capable of overwintering. A respiratory horn, also called a sting, shown here, indicates the oviposition site of the egg. Eggs hatch within 3 days and larval feeding immediately begins. Adulthood can be reached after only 8 days. Larval feeding causes the collapse of fruit tissue, leaving the telltale indentations in berries, indicating that the maggots are present. This damage to the skin of the fruit also makes it vulnerable to bacterial and fungal infection. When fruit that contains these eggs is harvested, within 2 days the maggots will emerge, making the product completely unmarketable. Right now, the only way to control spotted wing is through the use of full coverage sprays directed towards controlling adult populations. There is currently nothing that can be done to salvage fruit that already contains developing eggs. Sprays must be applied weekly, and it is encouraged to use a variety of insecticides with different modes of action as a way of preventing resistance. However, this is not the ideal way to control a pest, as pesticide application here is based on a time schedule as opposed to an IPM approach. This results in heavy spraying, which is both costly for farmers and bad for the environment. Farmers are also encouraged to closely monitor their fruit and harvest it immediately once it reaches ripeness, and also to dispose of infested fruit. The good news is that male flies become sterile at 30 degrees, meaning that New York State's natural cold temperatures may help limit their population growth and protect our fruit. As scientists continue to study spotted wing Drosophila and make discoveries such as this, we will be able to develop a better pest management strategy for the future.